What's going on? It's your dog, Art Man. We're back with another boxing conversation. I'm in the building, but I ain't gonna be here for too long. Just wanted to chop it up for a little bit and talk this boxing shit. So check this out. My guy, Hassan, he posts on Twitter and he says, man, imagine if Devin Haney sits in the pocket against Brian Norman Jr. and actually just cooks him. And a lot of people sitting back, oh my God, how can you suggest such a thing? How can you say such a thing? But he retweeted and he says, "Yeah, imagine that. Imagine fucking that." A lot of people underestimated Devin this fight, dude, and I actually like that. I like that a lot. That makes it very, very interesting going into the fight. Still smoking on that Berlanga pack, that Bumlanga pack. But yeah, I'm like, yo, I wouldn't suggest it. But if that's what Devin wants to do and he feels like he's skilled enough to do it, go ahead and let him do it. Me, I'm just interested in the bout. I'm just super interested about. One thing I did point out today, I made a little clip, just a little compilation clip of Dev just exercising the jab. And that's not even, I didn't even post all his fights. It was just a couple fights of him using the jab. And it's like, yeah, nigga, that's how it's supposed to be. And once he brings that shit back out, man, for this Norman fight, I wouldn't be surprised if he cooks him. Dev has one of the best jabs in boxing, and I think boxing fans forgot that shit. Hold on, I gotta go get this real quick. Give me 1 second. But y'all share this link, let everybody know we live right now. Go ahead and share this link, let everybody know we live right now. I'm about to be right back. My bad, family. I'm damn near. I had to, bro. I don't even want to say what the fuck I was just about to do, man. I had got some groceries from DoorDash and I had ordered me a little wine. This bitch was having trouble scanning my ID. She talking about she about to take my shit back because it's not working. Her app won't let her scan, so she can't deliver no liquor without it. I said, bitch, if you don't give me my shit, I said, bitch, I just spent fucking $50 on this fucking groceries. If you don't get the fuck out my face with it. Hey, it's just crazy, man. Look, I hate when people put me in those predicaments because then I gotta be an asshole. And I'm willing to be an asshole because I don't give a fuck, especially if I pay for something. She's about to take it back to the store and talk about some, yeah, if my app won't let me scan your ID. Bitch, I'm like, yo, I just spent $50, ma'am. I'm taking my stuff. I don't know what you got going on. All right. She ain't playing about her dash. Hey, I get it. I respect it, but nah, bitch, you in the hood too now? Bro, come on now. She knew what the fuck time it was. She didn't even want to be there, nigga. I live in the hood, man. She seems so scared, and I'm like, hey, give me my shit, bitch. Back up. But yeah, he said can't slug it out with a power punch. Yeah, he can't. And that's the thing, man. I don't expect. I think Dev's a lot smarter than that, man. I don't think after going what he went through with the cheating situation with Ryan Garcia, I think he's gonna play the game a lot smarter. He has to play the game a lot smarter. He can't go in there boxing like an idiot, man. He has to go in there and do what he does best. Stick that jab out, pivot. Norman tries to come in, hit him with that counter, right down the middle like he did Ramirez, dude. It's that simple. Just box and move. You don't have to do too much to beat Norman Jr. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. He doesn't have to do too much. He doesn't have to go in there and try to slug it out. He's gonna be fighting in Saudi, bro. All you gotta do is just box this nigga, man. But he gonna have to put some punches on him. I'm not saying that he has to go out there and fight scared. No, he has to go out there and box smart. If anything, you know who Dev should be studying? Not just Floyd Mayweather. He needs to be studying Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Dev needs to be watching some Sugar Ray Leonard film of how to use your legs and then how to strike in the inside, use your speed, your skill advantage, bro. Like Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard, he was definitely bouncing on his toes, man. He knew not to sit in one spot, and if you do, he's gonna make you pay for it. And Dev got to learn how to mix it up some more. He got to throw some more combinations too, but keep that defense on point for sure, man. But this is a good fight because a lot of people are doubting Devin Haney. They're saying, "Oh, Devin Haney's washed and all this shit." Yeah, niggas like what 26. Nigga like 26 and they saying he's washed. So it's like, yeah, nigga, they're doubting you, bro. You're gonna have to do something. Got to show the world that you really got it. You say you saw T.O. get dropped by Turkey. Yeah, I seen that shit. T.O.'s a fucking idiot, bro. T.O.'s an idiot. How do you fumble the bag like that, nigga? Bro, you gotta make, nigga, let me put it in perspective. T.O. got the type of paper that make niggas fighters from our childhood talking about some nigga. Let me just go get some cortisone shots, nigga, in my legs and my back, nigga. I'm about to be back in the ring. Fuck it, I need that turkey check. He got the type of bread that making niggas from our childhood come out of retirement, bro. We talking about Clarissa Shields versus motherfucking Layla Ali. I was just watching Layla Ali on an episode of Girlfriends with my fucking woman. I was just watching the episode of Girlfriends with Layla Ali as the guest. Nigga, what the fuck? That type of paper got niggas wanting to come out of retirement. And you got a young nigga fresh in his prime saying no to the bag? This nigga's an idiot. He's an idiot. Dudes is a fucking idiot, man. A buffoon. But fuck him though. This is what he wanted to do, man. I'm just saying though, there's nobody, like I said on Twitter, There's nobody on God's green earth that I would not fight for $11 million. And I mean that. Nigga, I'll fight my own father for $11 million, nigga. What you talking about? And my pops, nigga, my pops a crib. He know what's up, nigga. He be like, shit, all right, son, let's get down, nigga. That's 11 mil. That's 11 mil. The fuck you talking about? It's 11 mil. This nigga said no 3 times, bro. I can't respect T.O. I can't respect Hitchens. I can't respect T.O. I can't respect Kid Austin and his pops. I'm sorry. Yeah, Kid Austin knocked out Farmer. So fucking what, bro? Nigga, so what? He knocked out Farmer, so what? Nigga, I ain't forget none of that fuck shit that him and his pops played. Them niggas rubbed cream on my baby. They rubbed cream and ointment on him and it had Xanax in it. Nigga, shut your stupid fucking sassy ass up, you fucking Jezebel. I'm talking about his pops. Nigga. Nigga, how your pops a fucking Jezebel, nigga? Got you turning down fights and shit last minute. Talking about I'm sick. I'm sick. Nigga, you ain't sick. It ain't even wet over there, nigga. Get your ass up. Yeah. You see, Norman Jr. said he never been drug test career, and they got him mad when they asked about Vada drug. I never heard that. My boy told me to listen to the boxing voice, man. I swear I just be so busy, dog. Y'all don't even understand, man. I be so busy. Niggas be wanting paintings from me. I got a fucking full-time job. I got family, all types of shit, bro. So I be busy as fuck. I got clients on top of clients. I gotta run to the post office every fucking other day. I be busy as fuck. But my boy Judy keep on saying, man, listen to that. Listen to that boxing voice because they was just dropping some gems. And I'm fucking with it, man. I'm fucking with it. I heard a little bit of him. I heard Norman and his pops. I mean, Norman Sr. and Bill, you know, they was on. You said it was the boxing voice? I knew it was the boxing voice. This nigga said his son never been tested. That means you niggas are about to do something different in the camp to avoid testing positive. Because not saying that he's on PEDs, but it's like there's certain supplements that you got to watch out for that you're taking. Like, you never know, nigga. You could be taking some shit from GNC, and that shit will have your ass fucking testing positive. Real shit. Some of the shit that niggas be taking, that shit will fucking have you testing positive. So now these niggas have to switch the camp up. They're going to have to figure what they doing. Niggas going to have to figure out what they doing. Yeah, man, I definitely got Haney. And I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Norman goes in there looking smaller. Because once you have to change your regimen up because you taking drug tested and then on top of that, you getting tested every fucking... Bro, if you're not used to getting tested, you know what, man, to draw your blood, that shit weakens you, man. I see 2 people fall out after getting their blood drawn. My uncle and my fucking woman. My uncle, this nigga got his blood drawn. And I'll never forget, we was catching the bus. I was talking to that nigga. I was just talking to him, and next thing you know, this nigga looked at me. And then his eyes rolled to the back of the fucking head. And then he just fell over. I said, what the fuck? And then I woke this, I'm waking this nigga up. And he woke up like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, he's like, bro, get off of me. I'm like, nigga, you just fucking fell out. Your ass fucking fell out. Straight up. My girl fell out because she had got her blood tested too at a doctor's appointment. And she fell out later on that day. Because she didn't eat nothing. You're supposed to eat. I told her, I said, you're supposed to eat something because if you don't eat something, you're going to fall out. But yeah, Motherfuckers, if you're not used to getting your blood tested, nigga, that shit weakens you, bro. It definitely does. So these guys, they training and then they getting their blood drawn, all types of shit, man. It's gonna be different, super different. This is a very different experience for Norman Jr., bro, for real. I get it. He's humble, he's country humble, southern, but ain't nothing to get whooped by a city slicker. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. Said crazy to be so many fights with no drug testing. I'm saying, but that's that top rank. That's that top rank. Said that man on some shit he wasn't supposed to be on. Said, is he still gonna have power? I'm just saying, dude wasn't right. I bet they drop out the fight. I ain't putting that. See, that's the thing. I don't want to put that on him, but that is hella crazy. What you mean you ain't never drug tested in the fight before? What y'all niggas is doing? What y'all doing? So what do you mean y'all doing? So y'all just coming into fights hoping your opponent is motherfucking not dirty? Man. Real shit though, that's weird, man. What you mean you ain't never had no drug test? So if you wasn't drug testing, what was y'all doing? Just nothing? I was just doing nothing? Yeah. Since say you never been to a test before, drug. Man, just doesn't seem with the contract fight on TV and no drug testing. I mean, you gotta pay money to fucking drug test, to be honest. You gotta pay that fee. I'm hearing things that these fucking and I get it though because they're testing for so many things, but then again, it's like, nigga, this is crazy. I'm hearing that these niggas is paying $20,000 for this drug testing. $20,000, and some of these niggas just don't got that shit to give, especially on the top rank fucking contracts. Nigga, hell no. That 20,000 about two of them niggas fights over there in top rank. When they first start off. You know what I mean? So yeah, that shit's crazy. Yeah. It's a high profile fight for him. Man, I just feel like this moment might just be a little bit too big for Norman. It just might be too big for Norman. And on top of that, he has to do things different. This is gonna be a different experience for him. And then on top of that, he's fighting in a whole nother country boy going out to Georgia. I mean, going out to motherfucking Saudi. But he went to Japan, so I can say that, he has some travel experience. But has he traveled to fight another world class fighter, an elite fighter? Not some fucking bum. Bro, man, they just pulled up footage of Jin Kasaki, man. I never went back and watched any Jin Kasaki film. I didn't. Because I'm just like, I seen like a little bit of highlights of it, but I ain't go back and watch like a full fight, man, or anything like that. Man, today somebody posted a clip of Jin Kasaki on my timeline. Nigga, what? You can't compare that, bro. You can't compare that to Dev. Not even on his worst day, bro. I'm not even playing, bro. You can't even compare Jin Kasaki to Dev. Not even on Dev's fucking worst day. That nigga is dumpster juice. I'm not even. I swear I ain't trying to shit on this nigga Norman, but bro, let's be real, nigga. That's McDonald's, motherfucking Benihana's. That's what we comparing, bro. Like what? This nigga is trash. Super trash, bro. How do you fight that and say, yeah, I'm whooping them niggas' asses? But now, since I whoop these flat-footed niggas that's coming to get knocked out, I'm gonna go up and fight a nigga with something I brought up today, which nobody in boxing ever brings up. Somebody with a very high unanimous decision ratio. You know how everybody talks about having a high KO ratio? This nigga Devin has a very high unanimous decision ratio, nigga. That means, nigga, there's a high chance that you can go in there and lose every fucking damn near every fucking round. You know that, right? Nobody ever thinks about shit like that. All boxing fans think about it. Ooh, this nigga got power, so that means he's gonna win the fucking fight. He's gonna win the fight because he has power. No, nigga, that's not what it fucking means, bro. Watch the fucking sport, bro. Watch the past. You see guys like Pernell Whitaker win fights with not this crazy superpower. Now we don't even have to go that far. We just seen Shakur Stevenson, the guy that y'all said is brittle hands. His hands is gonna fall apart when he lands a punch. Oh my god, I can't believe this nigga. He's trying to fight his hands. His hands gonna break. All this bullshit, right? About Shakur. He goes in there and whips Cepeda's ass. A guy that's known for having this relentless pressure, and he can beat guys and knock them out and stop them with this volume of punches. All this shit, right? Shakur go in there and whip his ass, nigga. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, in this boxing game, it's called boxing. It's not called the game of knockout. Knocking your opponent out is just one way of winning a fight, nigga. There's multiple ways of winning a fight. But when it comes to Devin Haney, all that shit goes out the window. Niggas just think, oh, if you don't have power, you're just gonna lose the fucking fight. And these is niggas who ain't never been hit before, to be honest. Because it don't matter if you don't have power or not, nigga. If it's the motherfucking ninth round and you've been popping me your jabs all fucking night and I'm tired of shit, bro, I'm gonna feel them shits. You're gonna feel it. You're going to feel it. Said Ruth Chris and Burger King, like, bro, that's what we compare Jin Kasaki, Santillion, all them niggas that Brian fought. It's not comparable. So when niggas say, damn, imagine Dev goes in there and fight him in the inside and cook, don't be surprised if some shit like that can happen. I'm trying to tell you, niggas is now taking drug testing. Niggas about to fight in Saudi Arabia against the biggest step up in his fucking career, bro. I'm talking about night and day. Like, he was just fighting niggas that was coming to get hit. Now he's fighting a guy that y'all niggas is saying is a runner. Well, guess what? That running style, nigga, they don't give a fuck. The judge gonna say, what, Ted Cheatman and all them niggas, The judge gonna say, well, we seen this guy land punches, and we seen this guy, he couldn't land a punch. Well, unanimous decision, Devin Haney in the new. Yay area, nigga. Yee. Fuck you talking about, bro? It's not the knockout game, bro. This is called boxing. Hit and not get hit. Hopefully you niggas is entertained between 1 and 12 rounds. Says salute Art Man the Great. But don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that there's no way that Norman can win this fight, because you gotta play this. Norman is a strong guy. He's a strong guy from Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? He got his head on straight. You know, he like he said today, he ain't worried about fashion and money. You know, he's all about boxing. You know, big country guy, just, you know, all he cares about boxing and just doing his thing, man. Blue collared guy, you know, and I respect it. I respect it. I respect it. But you can be all that. You can have the best mind frame and all that. If you can't block a jab, nigga, you can't block a jab. If your feet can't move as fast as your opponent's feet, that's just, it is what it is, no matter where you're from. It don't matter if you grew up in the hood or went to a private school. It's all about who got the best skills, my guy. He said Devin will fight Brian on the outside and inside, how he better fight him. Keep Brian off balance. Keep him thinking. Keep him resetting. Keep him resetting. He should be worried about drug testing their whole training camp upside down. No more special juice. Man, I hope it ain't no juice. Yeah, he got to box smart, dude. Dev, he shouldn't go in there too cocky. I ain't suggesting that he goes in there too cocky, but he definitely has to have confidence. I think he has the confidence, but he has to maintain that confidence that he had back in the day, man. Can't go into panic mode, nothing like that. Just gotta stay solid. You know what I mean? Gotta stay solid. Let me drop this link just in case y'all want to come in here and cook with me, because I'm about to cook, literally. Said Norman is a strong young man, has a lot of experience over. Haney has a lot of experience over a very interesting matchup. Yeah, you know what it kind of reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of David Morrell versus David Benavidez. Yeah, it reminds me of David Benavidez versus Morrell because you got a young guy that's skilled, hella skilled. Oh. No, you got a young guy that's hella athletic. I meant super athletic, but he just doesn't have the experience like a motherfucking like a David Benavidez. See, Morrell, he was naturally strong coming into the fight, fast, athletic, and all that, had the power, but he just wasn't experienced. So he went in there and he fell for some goofy shit like not keeping his fucking keeping his high guard up and letting David Benavidez pull his high guard down or whatever. Or trying to fight this nigga toe to toe instead of boxing on your toes. Just little shit like that. Benavidez was able to just use his experience. Benavidez, even though he hurt Benavidez didn't panic. He didn't fold. He used his experience. His experience, bro. That's really important, bro. But these niggas is wishing on a star. They can't even tell you a real reason why they picked him. What's his name? Norman. Niggas just started watching Norman this year. Niggas just started watching Norman talking about some, yeah. What's poppin', family?
Oh man, nothing much, man. Another day, but I've been saying that dude, that shit, looked funny with that dude with that power and all that. Let's see how he look when the
Now
drug testing come on.
I ain't gonna put that on him though. I swear, because I just got too much respect for Norman L to think that they'll do something like that.
That's the same thing y'all said when I first said it, and then y'all kept saying, "Well, did the man test positive?" I said the man ain't did no fucking testing. He not
That
in
shit, nah,
Vada.
nah, nah.
He not in the
That
other
shit's
one.
wild. What you mean you ain't never took a test before? What?
I mean, I said this clearly on your page. I said this man ain't on no Vada website. This man ain't on no other. You saw they told me it's other testings that you can go through. I said, nah, bro, that's a lie. Vinny and them. I'm like, nah, bro, that's a damn lie. Like this nigga ain't did no testing. I bet when it come down to this testing, this dude body won't look the same. This dude won't hit the same. Nothing's gonna be the same when it come down to this drug testing. I said this on your channel, or man, I bullshit you not.
And look, and this is what I said. Is shit gonna be different when niggas gonna start pulling up to the fucking gym, talking about some? Let me get a sample. The workouts gonna be different. I'm telling you, because you're them guys gonna be probably paranoid because even if let's say they were taking something, not saying steroids, but taking something that can help them. He takes a little energy drink or whatever. They're gonna have to switch up their whole game plan because ain't no telling if you're taking anything that can pop up as a fucking false positive or anything. Like some niggas be taking like certain things like creatine and shit like that. Nigga, that shit will have you testing positive or some certain testosterone you boosters. That should have you fucking testing positive, bro. Seriously. These niggas' whole regimen may have to change. And that
That's
ain't no
definitely.
telling how that'll affect them.
That's definitely, and that's 100. Like I said, man, if even if B Norman didn't know he was getting some special drinks blended, like you never know what's going on. But I'm just saying that the bums that he fight and the power that he coming with, yeah, this is a whole nother level, homie. You got to drug test, bro, and I've been saying that, bro. Like nigga, your whole shit flipped upside down. Y'all don't even know how to come at it now because we looking at y'all funny. And I really feel, and I said this before, you can put this on record. I feel that they're gonna drop out this fight. I really feel like that.
I don't think
Coach
so.
Eddie ATL was here when I was saying that shit that he was that about the drug test and shit. I feel he gonna drop out this fight. I can promise you that. I honestly feel in my heart because I are he gonna have a dirty test? One or the two. He gonna have a dirty test or he gonna drop out this fight. Something's going on down there, bro. Especially if you had all them fights. What he had over 20 something fights, and nigga, you ain't got tested for one. Yeah, all right, kid. Yeah, all right.
Now, not once is crazy. I can see if you said, yeah, nigga, back in the early days we was getting tested, but nigga, you said nah once. Yup. Please tell me that's a lie. Cause I ain't directly hear him say that.
Now you heard that shit. You heard it, and I've been saying it. He ain't on none. He ain't on none of the Vada websites, USADA, none of that. And you know, with Vada, it's strictly it's you gotta be you can't take nothing. Nothing can be in your body. Coach, I'm not saying that the man got something in the system. I'm saying that he said it for himself. His dad and him said, we never been drug tested before. And all of a sudden you got these phenomenal knockouts and all this and all that, bruh. And now there's gonna be a problem with the drug testing. Like,
See,
come on, bro. I've
see,
been
see,
saying
coach,
this.
see, coach 88TL, my brother insane. He speaks for himself. You know, he believes that Norman is on that. I'm not saying that we believe that on here, over here on artmanapparel.com. But one thing I can say is that is very suspicious for you to not have drug testing within all the fights you had. That is weird. That's just something that's weird to hear. You know what I mean? It's really weird to hear, especially if you in a game as dangerous as boxing.
And you're a world champion as well.
Because
You mean
it's
you
not
mean to
even
tell
just about Norman. So he just expects his opponents to be clean. He expects his opponents to be clean. I don't get it.
I don't know what he expect because I know a dirty fighter ain't gonna trip off another dirty fighter. All I'm saying is this: you're a champion, bro, and you didn't take a test to get that belt. They didn't test you. Come on, man. You ain't took not one fucking drug test. Come on, man. This is crazy. What do you mean, Dev gonna run traumatized by a left hook, bro? We talking about drug testing, bro. Like we talking about drug testing. Ain't nobody. Devin is running to the smoke. He ain't running from Brian Norman. Brian Norman was forced to take this fight with Devin Haney. He
You
forced him.
you know what I think it is? I really feel like niggas talk themselves into something that they ain't wasn't ready for.
Facts.
Or some kid Austin Shakur Stevenson shit. You know why? Because this is how it came about. Norman was whooping those bums, Santillion, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas get to talking on the net. Dev was trying to fight T.O. T.O. bullshit. And, you know, he's like, hey, this nigga Norman, he got a belt, so he on my list. And then niggas get to talking on the net. Oh, yeah, he can't do this to me. And then Turkey like, shit, well, let's set it up then. And now all of a sudden your son is in a fucking big ass fucking fight. Nigga, you just touched the belt. Man, look, like I said,
Coach,
niggas might not be ready for this shit. Niggas
he's
might
not.
talk themselves into this shit.
They're not. But coach, you're saying that everybody on snack, bro. Bud Crawford, Clarissa Shields, all these people take Vada. Everybody they take Vada. People done been whooped on snack before, bro. It's definitely an even playing field. You making every excuse, bro. You sound like Ryan Garcia. Just be honest, man. The man never fucking tested, bro, and he a fucking champion. That's a fucking problem out of 20 something fights. That's a problem, bro. And all of a sudden now shit about to get figgity when he got a test. Make that shit make sense. I'm not saying the man is on drugs. I'm saying, period. That's mighty fucking strange. You didn't take not one fucking drug test. Not one.
I can see if he came out and said he couldn't afford it.
Man, Bob Arum know what's going on. Bob Arum and them know what's going on. They're not stupid at all. They get it.
Bob Arum, they know what's up though when it comes to Norman. They plan worked. They successfully promoted their fighter into a big fight by having them fight cans. And to be honest, I fuck with Norman, but he wasn't supposed to be in this position right now. They low key set him up for failure. They set him up for failure at Top Rank. They wanted Santilli and them to beat him, but like our brother did, he got that FBA strength, so he put belt to ass. He whooped Santillian's ass. So now he's here, and now Top Rank is like, shit. Well, look, we're promoting this guy. He kind of snuck up on us, but he signed with us. So as long as we get our percentage, shit, we don't mind him fighting on the turkey card against Devin Haney because he could possibly win, but he could possibly lose. But if he loses, we're still going to get a big percentage out of whatever Turkey's about to pay him. Said, why are you not answering on the fact that Norman has never tested? Yeah, Coach, I want you to join. Let me drop the link. I want Coach to join. I want Coach to join. Let's chop it up. I don't want to just hear myself because I can go on. I can go on all day about how Norman fans are really just picking at Norman based off hope. Off hope. They picking off hope.
My bad, Art man. My homie ended up calling.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, yeah, I mean, these dudes don't even know who Brian Norman is. All of a sudden, when Devin Haney announced a fight with him, all of a sudden now they Brian Norman fans. I done been on this channel and I'm like, hey, how many of y'all done watched 5 of Brian Norman fights? Even when Vinny got Brian Norman Sr. on the phone that night, I'm like, man, this dude don't even watch your son fights. He can't tell you nothing.
Nigga, I've been knowing Vinny for a minute, bro. He was not a fan of fucking Norman, them, bro. The only reason why he cool with Norman because Norman Sr., he be active on Facebook. I got a Facebook group. And Norman Sr., he's in that group. So niggas just be politicking. That's somebody that you easily access because, niggas ain't no celebrities. Niggas is regular people. But it's like this. Niggas was not rocking with Norman like that before that, bro. I'm telling you. Nobody was in my comment section talking about, hey, man, did y'all watch that Norman fight? I've been doing this shit for a long time, bro. I'm active on many platforms because I have, the best boxing merch in the game, artmanapparel.com. Make sure y'all hit that link, artmanapparel.com. So I'm active on social media, so I see a lot of things, man. And one thing I didn't see, was niggas talking about, are you watching that Norman fight? Real shit. I swear I'm not saying
Facts.
that as
Facts.
disrespect. I swear I'm not saying that as disrespect. I'm saying it as real because niggas is 2025 fans, and that's okay. It's okay, bro. It definitely is okay. But don't sit here and fake the funk like you've been watching this nigga since 2017 type shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. You wasn't. Was this nigga fights even televised?
Man, I don't even know, but boys be crying. Bruh, Ryan Garcia tested positive for 2 different steroids. What are you talking about? You talking about whooping on somebody, bro. I know you are for sure a Lomachenko fan and you mad that Devin whooped Lomachenko ass. That's what you really mad about. Or that your Mexican compadre didn't get that atrocity win and he wasn't able to keep it on his record because he's a drug cheat.
Hey,
Just like the whole Juice crew.
bro, some of these niggas low key be Regis program fans.
I didn't even know he had fans. I didn't know he had
Bro,
fans.
I'm telling you, Regis had a lot of respect before that Haney fight because that fight with Josh Taylor.
Well, hey, it is what it is, man. Regis ran into a buzzsaw, and definitely, and Loma ran into a buzzsaw. Loma actually got his ass whooped 11-1. So I know they really gonna be crying about that. And don't forget the Nandrolone as well. Y'all only speak on the Ostarine. No, the Ostarine was the bullshit. It was that Nandrolone that he
I
was
know.
on.
And you can tell it was the D'Angelo because Ryan's voice changed back to normal.
Facts. I mean, how the fuck you go from dropping Devin Haney 3 times to losing to Rolly Romero? You don't get
Not
the
even
fuck
by
out of here.
not even by knockout too.
Like you got whooped by Rolly for 12 rounds. Rolly Romero whooped on your ass. Man, you get the fuck out of here, man. Get this dude the fuck out of boxing. Boys may cry, bro. You're a Loma fan, bro. And you're still upset that Devin whooped on his ass. That's what it is. Nigga, trying to bring that bullshit over. "Ooh, what happened with the Ryan? Nigga, Ryan tested positive for 2 fucking steroids. Did you forget, nigga? It wasn't that long ago.
That's their go-to, bro.
Yeah. Good thing it didn't go on this record. Good thing that ass whooping didn't go on this record. But that ass whooping from Rollies went on Ryan's record for sure. Matter of fact, Art man, have you seen Ryan lately?
No.
So you haven't seen it. Well, when you see Ryan, let him know that Artman got the best apparel in the game right now. That artman.com, apparel.com.
Hardmanapparel.com, best boxing merch in the motherfucking game. Niggas not even worried about no damn Ryan Garcia. Niggas is talking about winners right now. What we talking about?
Oh, we talking about winners?
We talking
Oh
about undefeated
shit.
fighters, bro. What we talking about? Ryan Norman versus Haney. That's what we talking about. Undefeated fucking champions, bro.
Damn.
Niggas who
Oh,
touched
that's
belts
crazy.
before.
Wait a minute. How many L's do Ryan got? He got like 2, right?
Two, two. But he damn
Damn.
nigga that Haney fight at L2.
Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, that's 3.
That's really
God
an L too.
damn. Damn, man, this is crazy. Shit. Well, hey, let's talk about some winners, man. Let's not talk about drug cheat losers.
Right, that fucking loser. Let's not talk about these lame ass losers.
Hey, but
Niggas.
Artman, when you go to LA, make sure you know them taco spots or whatever, they be putting nandrolone and shit in the meat, in the burritos. So don't eat at the taco spots or the Mexican spots because they be
I ain't
putting
gonna lie to you.
nandrolone
I've
in the
been
meat.
I've been to LA multiple times, man. I ain't feeling them tacos out there. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
That's because you ain't feeling the ostarine and the nandrolone that's in them, bruh. You know,
And the
the shit is
phentermine and
in
the
them.
tea.
Right. All that shit is in there, man. Like, come on, man. Goddamn, man. Shit. But yeah, let's talk
Hey, but
about
what you think
winners.
about the card overall?
Oh man, they got a beautiful card. Oh my god, that's a beautiful card, man. That is a beautiful card, bro. 100%. That is a beautiful card, top to bottom. I can't. I don't know what to say.
Hey, break it down for the people real quick. I'm cooking, but I'm still listening to you.
Oh, okay. Okay. What? The top of the card, man. The David Benavidez fight, man. That's gonna be a good ass fight, dude. I can't remember the black dude that he fighting his name off the top of my mind because I got a lot of shit going on. But that dude, he was in the fight with the boy Better Beeve, right? And he was giving Better Beeve some work until he gave Better Beeve a fat ass cut over his eye, man. You
Oh,
know
you
what I'm
talking about
saying?
yard?
Yeah, Anthony Yard, yeah. He put
Hey,
that
I
fat
ain't gonna
ass cut on
lie.
his yard.
I that's in that fight. You can tell there was a decline in motherfucking Better Be for sure. That's when the
Yeah.
decline started. Cause that nigga Yard, he started catching him with some shit, but Better Beef had to start clobbering that nigga in the back of his head. I remember
Right.
that shit.
Right. A lot of people be sleeping on Yard. You know what I'm saying? Yard, he can fight. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, my boy David Benavidez, what? Power, you know what I'm saying, speed, you know what I'm saying, undefeated, he willing to get dirty with you, you know what I'm saying? So him and Anthony Yard, they gonna have an excellent fight. Like that, they gonna have a good ass fight. That's what I'm saying off the top they are. And as far as Devin and Brian Norman go, Devin picked Brian Norman because he's pretty much a cherry pick, you know what I'm saying? He's tailor made for Devin Haney. It's so easy to beat the puncher if you're a boxer because you just outbox him. If he can't land a
Hey,
clean
they
shot
don't know
on
that.
you,
They don't know that for real though.
right?
They think this is like the hardest fight of Devin Haney's career, but we gonna see.
No, he's not going in there with a guy like when Floyd went in there with Manny Pacquiao. He's not going in there with a guy like that. He's going in there with a guy that only has power. What's that guy name that Floyd fought? The taller dude that Floyd was just dropping constantly. He was dropping him. The Mexican dude back in the day. He was way
That
taller than
was
Floyd.
Chico
Corrales,
Corral-
Morales.
Corral or
Yeah,
something.
Remember, Corrales only had power, bro, and Floyd went in there and just fucking took him apart like a gun, dropping him and all that. Like, man, get this dude the fuck out of here. You got to learn boxing that the boxer always beats
Well,
the
he he
puncher.
he was he was weight drained in that fight, but that's an excuse. So it is what it is. He signed the contract, and it is what it is.
Yeah, he signed the contract and he cashed the check.
Yeah,
So, so you know
but
how that
that's
goes,
what happened when you hang out in the weight class too long, and that's what happened to you. You show up and you ain't your best sometimes, and it's
right?
best for you to move. It's best for you to move up than trying to come in 25 pounds. Put it like this: if you weighing in, if you putting on 25, 30 pounds, that speaks volumes right there in one night. That tells me everything that I need to know about you. If somebody even, I wouldn't even contemplate doing that.
Okay,
Putting
well,
on rehydrate 25, 30 pounds. That's crazy.
right. Well, let's talk about the Ricky Hatton fight. Another power puncher. What did Floyd did? Floyd broke him down from 1 to 10. Broke him
Ricky had
down.
one. Ricky Hatton was a
Pressure fighter.
manufactured, well managed fighter who had a fan base. Ricky Hatton
Yeah.
wasn't all that. If the Florida's great at picking people who have countries behind them. Florida, that's why they call them Money Mayweather. And
Correct.
one thing about this, if you go out, if anybody knows anything about boxing, all of your toughest fights are going to be people against people who look like you. That them going to be your toughest fights. Even Jack Johnson avoided plenty of black fighters because those were his toughest fights. The ones that were that had the Negro Championship. Those were the best fighters. He fought white guys because they brought the money. Murder
Well,
with Black Murderers Row was the same thing. A lot of them guys, they avoided the tough black fighters because them the type of fight you gonna have to fight like hell to win them, and you ain't gonna get a lot of money. So let's fight the money guy. Now hear you talking, and it's going. That's why we fight the fight. You want to downplay Brian Norman, say he ain't nobody, he ain't this, he ain't that. That's cool. Just keep the same energy after the fight. If the man win, I want you to give him his credit. You know what I'm
I-
saying? Because that's all I'm saying. Just give the man his credit.
okay. I
It-
would be right here to give him his credit if he wins, but like we said, that me and you, we both know boxing, and we know Brian Norman ain't fought nobody but dudes that stand
no,
straight
that's
in
your
front of him.
opinion, sir.
Okay, hold on,
That,
hold on.
that's
This is what
that,
I
that's your
seen.
opinion.
Okay, can I tell you what I seen, sir? I just actually like let me tell you what I seen. All the fights that I seen Brian Norman fight, those guys came to Brian Norman and they stood in front of him. Brian Norman had to get these dudes like when they stand in front of him. Brian Norman he'd throw a punch. Brian Norman would leave his guard down for the counter. Brian Norman is easy to counter. Brian Norman has no footwork and he cannot cut off a ring. Brian Norman has to get you up in the corner to do his work to you. If you're face to face with Norman and you have body and head movement, you're gonna outbox him completely. These are fights that I watched. I watched at least 10 to 11 fights of his. The guy he just fought, Chinese restaurant, this dude's an idiot. He was walking straight in front of Brian Norman. You want to slug it out with this dude. Devin Haney is roof Chris to those guys that he fought, those Burger King guys that he fought. Now, come on now. We know Devin got skills. You know what I'm saying? And skills pay the bills. Your little power ain't gonna help. And this drug testing, because we heard you ain't took no drug test. This drug testing, yeah, we gonna see what you're really about. But I digress. I'll let you talk.
Now, I ain't gonna go back and forth with you. I'm not gonna try
Oh,
to
okay.
change your
Okay.
opinion and that like that. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if we could do this with Devin Haney's resume too,
Okay.
his resume is full of Lopez's and Garcias and
Uh-huh.
Hernandez's, and that's a
Okay.
fact. He
You
ain't got
forgot
too many
about the
black. Hold on,
Lomachenko's.
wait. I'll let you talk.
My bad.
He ain't got too many black people on his resume. He really don't. If you want to call what's my main man down in Louisiana, the Rougarou.
Regis.
Okay, fine.
Oh,
I give you
Regis ain't
Rougarou.
black?
Even though he was past his prime, I give you that. Even though Rougarou was looking like mud when he fought Devin Haney, I give you that. I even give you Lomachenko, a guy who made his bones at 126, who got named topped out at 135. And when Devin fought the man, Devin was the goddamn super middleweight. I give you that. I'll give you that. But now you fighting somebody, another black fighter who's athletic. Now people like to say, "Oh, he ain't got the feet." Well, no, man, who has Devin Haney's feet? That man right there, it moves like a freaking typewriter. We seen that back and forth, side to side, back and forth, side to side. Well, now he gonna have to be dealing with a guy who can cut that ring off. who can shoot shots at him, who can make him think, who can make Devin put his hands in his pocket because he yet to bring them hands back out of his pocket. We seen that he had a goddamn a Ramirez, a man that he should have washed. Yeah, you want to say he washed a man that he should have got out of there. He should have got this man out of there. This man had a man, slow ass molasses, washed up, dude in front of him. Devin should have got him out of there.
Hold on. So you know Devin Haney's not a power puncher, but you're suggesting that Devin Haney should have knocked out Ramirez.
What? He got some power. He might not be a one-shot guy, but Devin can hurt you.
Devin put Ramirez in the hospital, and you forgot about George Kambosos and others. I'm just saying that George Kambosos said just beat Tio.
They really act like Devin just
Kambosos. Man, who was Kambosos, man? Kambosos just had a good night, brother. Kambosos just had a good night. That was it.
He became a unified 3-belt champion after beating
he did all that in one night. In one night.
But Coach Eddie, Devin gonna have a good night against your boy Norman.
Well, we'll see. And you know what? That's why we fight the fights. We'll see.
But you do understand because this is a step up in competition for Norman, right? This is not. I think
this is the most dangerous fight that Devin Haney has ever been in. I didn't say. If you want, I said dangerous. I said dangerous
because you can fight somebody that can punch.
This is the most dangerous fight that Devin has ever been in.
Is it because he's fighting somebody that can punch? Because
it's because he's fighting. Because this is the first time he's really fighting somebody besides the cheating Ryan Garcia that can knock him out. Lomachenko couldn't knock Devin out. Rougarou couldn't knock Devin out.
Lanier's was no puncher going into that.
Lamares was goddamn 36 when he fought Devin, man.
And he still clipped him and wobbled him.
That power don't go nowhere. That's the last thing to go.
Right. He wobbled him, had him walking to the corner on the stanky leg, doing the stanky leg.
He sure did. He caught Devin, caught him on the button. And you know what? And Brian Norman, this is the hardest puncher he ever faced in his career, in my opinion. So this dude punches harder than Ryan Garcia on Osterring and Mandrelon in both hands.
Who told you that, sir? Who added those numbers up? Who did he?
Bro, you don't see. This just like everything you saying is your opinion. Everything that you've been saying on here is your opinion. Just like Devin keeps saying, these levels above. If he's levels above Brian Norman Jr., we're gonna see if he's levels.
You know what
above.
I think it is, Coach? I think
we're gonna see.
I think ESPN marketing really worked. It worked on you because Jin Kasaki and Santana.
No, it didn't work on me. I've been knowing Brian Norman Jr. He was 14 years old. It didn't work on me. I've been knowing this kid since 14 years old.
Now you know them guys is no.
God know what.
You know them guys is nowhere near Devin's level. Let's be real. No matter what you think about Dev, you know, even on paper, they nowhere near that man level.
I can't say that. I'm not going to say that. That's your opinion. That is your opinion.
So you telling me Jin Kasaki and Santana on Devin's level?
No, I'm talking about Brian Norman. I'm talking about Brian Norman is on the. I don't care about no Jim Saki, whatever.
How can you prove that?
How can you prove that he's not? That's why they got to fight the fights, man.
Because this man.
That's why they got to fight the fight.
He just touched the belt after the pandemic.
So what are you saying? All saying all that to say
after
what?
The pandemic.
You saying all that to say what? You saying all that to say what? It's
gonna be his second title defense.
You saying all that to say what?
I'm saying that he's green. He's green.
What I'm saying, and I'm saying that Devin Haney was a super middleweight fighting lightweight. So what are you talking about, man?
So what he gonna be now? A heavyweight fighting a welterweight?
No, he's gonna be fighting somebody that's the same size. As a matter of fact, he'll probably be the heavier fighter on the night, but it's not gonna matter.
He don't look so big against Dev.
Brian Norman is not a big guy.
So Dev don't got a good jab.
No, I said Brian Norman is not a big.
What's Brian gonna do when Dev pop that jab in his face all night?
What Devin gonna do when he get hit with that power? What Devin gonna do when he get the ring cut off on him? What Devin gonna do when he get hit to the body? What Devin gonna do when he get hit with overhand? See, you see how that go? It go both ways, bro. It go both ways. Devin ain't gonna get touched. What Devin gonna do when he get?
One at a time. I'm countering. So how is he gonna display his power if he can't touch this man? Like y'all said, Dev's a runner, right?
I didn't say he's a runner. He's gonna have to fight this guy if he wants to win.
Brian Norman gonna have to land something.
Okay, so you think like Devin is this defensive wizard? I said Devin gets hit plenty of time. What are you talking about?
Did you see him get hit in that Ramirez fight plenty of
Yeah.
times?
Oh God, come on, man.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Come on,
You
man.
do understand if
Come
you
on,
like,
man. Come on, man.
regardless if you like that style or
Ramirez.
not. Hold on,
That's where you
regardless if you
going.
like
That's where
that
you
style
going,
or not.
Ramirez. If you want to play that, you want to play that game. So you want. I mean, if I can say Brian Norman Jr. would have knocked out Ramirez. I can say that. I can say that.
How do you know that?
I said I can say that. I said I can say
I
that.
mean, you can say that, but
Just
that
like
don't
you
mean it's
can
true.
say that. Just like you can say that Devin's gonna watch Brian Norman Jr. I can say that Norman's gonna knock this Devin out. Devin out.
I can say based off of just on paper, seeing Devin's unanimous decision record, I can see that he's going to beat Brian Norman Jr. If you want to play it that way.
And I can say that that's why you got to fight the fight.
I can say that y'all basing y'all pick off of hope. Y'all wishing on the star like Rolls Royce.
No, that's what I'm not doing anything. I feel like the man gonna win.
Y'all wishing on the
I feel like the
star.
man gonna win the fight. I
Y'all
ain't
wishing
wishing
on
on nothing,
y'all wishing on the star, man. Cause just no fight. Who has
bro. I ain't finna do this with you, man. It's a mute point. What are you trying to convince me
yeah,
of?
cause
You
like I
got your
said,
opinion, and I got
because
my
y'all
opinion.
because y'all
And
picking
the
off
bit, and
hope.
we gonna see in November who gonna pull it off. Plain and simple. So you want to go back and forth. You want to debate. You want the more debating type dudes, man.
No,
I ain't finna try to change your
I
mind,
really
bro.
don't have to bait because I'm
You know what I'm saying? If that's
my
how you
point.
feel, that's how you feel. Ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got no emotional attachment to this guy. See what it is, y'all can't. You just want to be
No,
right.
no, no, we ain't gonna
You know
play
what I'm
that.
saying?
You know what it
You
is?
know,
Hold on, let me cook. You know what it is? You can't really refute it. You can't really argue. You can't say, "Hey, well, Norman has fought this guy, so I know he can deal with guys who can box on their toes." Or Norman has fought this guy. I know he can deal with guys who are athletic. You can't say that. So you're basically basing it off hope. You're hoping that Norman goes out there and get the job done because nothing that he's done in the past can show you that he's going to beat Devin Haney.
He's never been in a ring with someone
yeah.
like Devin Haney at
Well,
all.
resumes don't win fights, man.
Yes, they do because you bring
No,
those
they
Res-
don't.
resumes in the
hold
No,
ring
they
hold
with you
don't.
on.
with the
Resumes don't
experiences.
always determine, but
Resumes
you
don't win fights.
you'll be a fool not to think about it. You'll be a fool not to put your money on the winning team.
Devin, I don't think Devin gonna win this fight.
I know. Is it because you're from Atlanta? Is it an Atlanta thing?
No,
That's
I've been
why.
saying, looking at Devin and looking at him. Devin's moving up. This man had a brief stop at 140, very
Okay.
brief. He went from 130. He made all his bones at 135. That's where his greatest accomplishments are at 135 pounds. That's his greatest
Okay.
accomplishment at 135. This man had a brief stop at 140. To me, he's moving. Basically, to me, he's moving up 2 weight classes. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at a guy who used to
Wait.
fight
How
at
you
one.
gonna look at it like that when the
Bro,
man
you
went
can't
up
tell
and
me
beat
how to
a
look
world
at something,
champion?
man. You
He
can't
went up
tell me
there and
The
beat a
how
man
to
was a
look at it.
super
because
middleweight
hold on,
though.
because
All
it
right,
sound like
man.
hold on because it sound like you discrediting the man. How you gonna say he jumped up from 135 now he fighting at 147 like he ain't just beat a world champion at 140?
Right. And then you said he was a super middleweight when he was fighting all those dudes. So it's actually he's 2 weight classes behind because he's already that big, right? Is that what you're saying? That's what you said, right?
No, I just said that
You said
the
he was a
man
super
made all
middleweight.
his accomplishment at 135 pounds. This is me. This is my opinion. His biggest wins at 135. He had a brief stop at 140, and now he's going to 147. He's fighting a welterweight, a legitimate welterweight, a guy who can punch, a guy who's gotten better. Granted, Brian Norman Jr. when he's fighting on Showbox, sometimes he did look shaky. I'll be the first to admit that. Sometimes he fought the wrong fight. Sometimes he got hit way too much. And when he was fighting on Showbox, I've been knowing Norman Jr. He was a teenager. He has gotten better. He's showing improvement. He's a young fighter. He's going to continue to get better. And I think right now, I think this is a perfect clash of styles. Where you got a boxer, a guy who's cerebral. I'm gonna give Devin credit. Devin is a good fighter. He's a good fighter. I think Brian Norman Jr. is a good fighter. I think it's a good matchup of styles, and I just favor the boxer puncher in this matchup.
You got the right to your opinion, brother. You got the right to your opinion. But my thing is, you're wrong. This man has never stepped in the ring with someone of the likes of Devin Haney, not skill wise. This man's power is not gonna his power is gonna be nullified. Have you watched your fighter fight? I have. I can literally break down your fighter's fights and how he fights, bruh. Your fighter's a twisty fighter. A couple of feints will get your fighter out of position and get him knocked out. Clearly, just go
Well,
watch
that's
him.
why that's why they fight the fights, man. I don't know what else to tell you, bro. That's
I
why
mean,
they fight the fight.
I understand, but I know it's in
I mean,
Atlanta. This is
all this
why.
right
It's
here,
all
it
hope.
don't mean nothing until
It's all
November
hope.
23rd. November 23rd, we gonna see. That's all I can tell you. Both guys supposed to think they gonna win. Both guys, you got faith in your man, and Devin, and I do root every time Devin fight. I do root for him, but in this instance, I'm going with Brian Norman Jr. because I think he's gonna pull it off.
Because he's from Atlanta.
Is it some favoritism? Is it some bias? Of course, so he's a hometown guy. I'm gonna be
Right.
pulling for him, but it's not a false hope. I mean, I really legitimately think that Brian Norman Jr. is gonna wind up catching up to Devin at some point in time. He's gonna put him down.
So what's gonna happen when Devin go up 5 rounds to nothing, and them rounds is going by real quick, and you look up it's 5-0, and what is Norman gonna do then? Get frustrated, throw some bullshit, and get caught?
That's your opinion.
That's a
Oh, well,
possibility.
we can do the flip side. I mean, if we want to play that game, what is he gonna do when Norman comes out there and in the first round he just drops Devin and levels him? You see how that
Okay,
game works?
it's a
We can just say
possibility.
whatever we want to say.
It's a
You know what I'm
possibility.
saying?
It's a
We can just
possibility.
say whatever we want to say.
Like my man Art Man with the best apparel in the game, like Art Man would say, this man's got the highest unanimous decision rate in the game. So there's a major possibility that he UDs this dude. Beat win by unanimous decision. I
Who
think he
on
has the
Devin's
highest rate in box.
who on Devin's resume is that you can point to that even fights like Brian Norman Jr.?
The closest thing I can see was Regis was one. Regis was
Um,
definitely one.
not
And I'm gonna
even
tell you why
close.
Regis is one. Because
Night
Regis is
and
the
day.
type. Oh, let me tell you why. From what I've seen, Regis stands in front of you, and you have to come to Regis Prograde. Regis Prograde relies on his power because before Devin humbled him, before Devin made him irrelevant, Regis Prograde was the shit with only one lost fight that was very, very debatable. So go back to those old Regis Progrades when he fought
Man, the man
the
got a
dude.
67-inch reach, brother.
Okay, I'll wait. I didn't interrupt you, so I'll wait though.
No,
So
you
the
do
thing,
be interrupt. You interrupt me out
no,
every
that
time.
that wasn't me. You got to know our voices. I know they kind of sound similar, but I got
Yeah,
a
they do
California
sound
voice.
similar. They do.
Yeah, I got a kind of Cali voice, so that's a little different. But this is what I'm saying. I can say a young Regis Prograde. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it doesn't really matter when Brian Norman gets in the ring. Hey, did you notice how Devin was bigger than that dude too? Did you notice that? That was crazy, wasn't it?
Nah, Devin's bigger than everybody he fight. That's not a surprise.
Oh shit! So do you think that Devin will fill out to 147 and be stronger than Brian Norman? Do you think that's a possibility, especially with drug testing in play now?
Well, being stronger and punching harder is two different things.
Hey, what's your thoughts on that though? The fact that he never did no drug testing, that's odd, man. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with
Well,
you.
they don't do any drug testing in local amateur fights or pro or like club shows either, like pro fights. I think it's all about the level that you're on. You know what I'm saying? If you're on a lower level in the professional rank, they're not gonna do any drug testing. That's just part of the game.
Yeah,
Now,
so
if
like
you
yeah,
get that you get on
he's
the
been
higher
fighting on the
echelon,
lower
then
level.
yeah,
Now he's
they're gonna
fighting on
do.
the highest level. So I don't
That's
think.
fine. So all you gotta do is take the drug test. What's the difference? There's no
Are
problem.
you sure he's ready, bro?
Are you saying
What,
that
ready
Devin
for a
Haney's
drug
on a
test?
higher level than this dude? Are you saying that Devin Haney is levels above this guy? Did he
Yeah,
just
because
say
that's
that?
what it sounds like.
That's what he
Yeah.
said.
No, I said when you fight. Well, I said when you fighting at a club level, they don't
Okay,
give you drug testing.
So yeah, he's been
that
fighting
means
at a
a
club
lower
level.
level.
That doesn't mean, bro. What are you talking about?
Devin Haney fights in arenas.
Hey, cuz he's fighting in the fucking.
Devin Haney's been there. He's been there longer than Brian Norman Jr. He's older than Brian Norman Jr. He's got more
He's
accomplishment than
older
Brian Norman
Yeah,
Jr.
so
So
he might
you
by
saying
he
all
two
that
might
to say
years.
what?
spoil him.
You
He
saying
might
all that to say
spoil him. He
what?
might stun him.
He's fought. Devin's fought on pay per views. He's got titles. He got belts. He's older than
What
Brian
we're
Norman
saying
Jr.
is what you
He's
said.
fought on a bigger platform than Brian Norman. I'm not refuting that. So what are you trying to say? This a
that
I
he's
got you
not
moment
ready,
or
man.
something?
No,
What are you
that
trying to do, bro?
When Devin said I'm levels above you, you just put a light on that because Devin's is level above this dude.
No, Devin was talking about his skills was level. He wasn't talking about his
No,
platform,
he
his
was talking
skills.
about his skills and everything else. Brian,
Well, you know
what's
what?
up with this
At
drug
some,
testing?
you know what? But that's the beautiful thing about boxing because at one time, Devin Haney was fighting in nightclubs. He was fighting club shows, and he worked his way up to a certain level. That's what people do in boxing. There's nothing wrong with it. Somebody's got to get there first. Devin got there before Brian Norman Jr., but he's there now. He's fighting Devin Haney on a high profile level. What's the you had
He's
like
there
everybody
now
starts
because
off.
he's there
You had
now
like
because
everybody starts off at the
Leader
top
wrote
level.
that.
You got to work your way up.
He
The
there
man,
now
the man
because
worked his way up.
I just feel like they jumped on a money train. That's what it is. Turkey was throwing this money.
Oh
That's pretty
God.
what
Bob's
it
got all that.
was. They was looking
That's what
for
it
a
is.
payday. They was
I
looking for a
get it, bro.
payday and
I
they
get
got
it.
one.
Isn't everybody looking for a payday in boxing?
I mean, yeah, but then
That's
some people are
I
true.
looking
mean,
for
you
legacy
sound
too.
weird right now, bro. What is the man supposed to do?
No,
Turn
what we're
down
saying,
millions and
what
millions,
I'm
turn
saying is
down
that
millions
he
and
he
millions of
he jumped a
dollars just
little. He
cause you
jumped a
say the
little
man
too
looking
far
for a
for the
payday?
money. That's what it was. He jumped a little far because of money. But it's okay though. Norman can
So
bounce back if he loses to
the
Devin.
man is a champion. So who's he supposed to fight then? Who's he supposed to fight?
Well,
Who?
you got
Who?
other champions up there. You got other champions up there. Mario
Why
Barrios was
why
up
wouldn't
there.
why wouldn't you take your biggest paydays in boxing
Why
history?
he
That's what
turned
you
down the
fighting
Booth
for.
fight? Why he turned down the Booth fight?
I don't know.
So you admit that he ducked Booth too?
Man, look, I don't even care nothing about that, bro. It is what it is, man. At the end, I ain't got no emotional attachment to this guy. I'm just saying, Devin Haney is a big payday. Why would he turn that down?
Yeah, that's
Everything
what I'm
worked out.
saying.
Everything
So
worked out good. It
he gonna
all
get
worked
his
out. At the
ass
end of the
whooped
day,
for that.
At the end of the day, it all worked out good. He
Yeah.
got a good. He got
I
an
can I
easier.
can agree.
He
At
got.
the end of the
Let's
day,
put it
it
like this:
definitely worked out.
Brian Norman Jr. got an easier fight than the Boots.
Oh
Boots
my
fight
God.
would have been much harder than the Devin Haney fight. Much harder. So he got an easier fight for a whole lot more money.
Wait. So you
To me,
telling me
to me,
a
that's a
drain?
win-win, brother.
Wait. So you telling me a drain version of Boots is an easier fight?
One hundred
And them
percent.
boys was that scared?
100%.
Ain't no way them boys is looking
One
like that.
hundred
Nah,
percent.
I ain't gonna believe you
He's
like
getting
that.
an easier fight for more money. What are you serious? You mean to tell you try to tell me that Devin Haney is a harder fight than Boots? Man, get out of here, man. You sound
Yes,
ridiculous,
way
man.
harder fight. Are you
Boots?
Cap,
crazy?
cap.
Oh my God. This man, Coach
Nigga, this nigga
ATL, how
Boots
long you
talking
been
about this
watching
nigga was
boxing?
struggling to make the weight. If he would have fought a nigga who's struggling to make the weight, you don't think that would have been an easy KO for him?
Man, Devin Haney can't do nothing with Boots, man.
He was trying to fight the man. What are you talking about
Man,
before he was
Devin
trying
Haney
to
just
fight
trying to pick
Brian?
up a payday, man. Devin Haney's a cap artist. Can't do nothing with
Nah,
Boots,
No.
he
man.
wanted to fight. It was Boots. Boots turned
Can't
it
do nothing
down.
with
Booth
Boots,
turned
It
it
man.
was Boots
down.
turned it down.
Can't do nothing with
They said
Boots,
they
Booth
man.
wanted. They
ducked
said
him.
they
What are you
wanted to fight
talking
at
about?
Yeah.
154,
There's
152.
nothing to duck. Yeah,
It's
like this
nothing to
man,
duck.
like Devin Haney's a killer or something. Ain't nothing to
No,
duck,
no,
He
brother.
no.
is a
Here's the
killer.
thing. Here's the thing. Here's
He's
You
a
here's the
sound
career
thing.
funny,
killer.
man.
He's a career killer.
Hilarious.
My bad, my bad. Let me cook. Here's the thing though. It's not about being a killer. It's about losing, winning and losing. Imagine losing to a nigga who people say, oh, can't punch, he's chinny. Nigga, that's embarrassing. Especially losing all 12 rounds or majority of rounds to that nigga. That's embarrassing. How do you bounce back from that? Regis still ain't recovered from that shit. All that shit he was talking, how this nigga a private school kid. He still ain't recovered from that shit.
Like I said, the man got an easier fight for more money.
That man about to lose his belts for more money.
My brother, I don't know why you keep saying that, brother, but you need to get it together because that's not it, and that's not true,
Man, you
sir.
can't tell me how to think of what to say, brother. It
Brother,
is,
you
you know what
one
I'm
hundred
saying?
percent correct, brother. You 100% correct. But I can't open your eyes a little bit, brother. That's all I can try to do.
I ain't listen. I'm telling you right now that it's falling on deaf ears, man. That's what
That's
I'm
cool.
telling you.
But didn't you just say you go for Devin Haney on other fights? But then you just said he wasn't no killing. You just dogged him on the other hand. But do you go for him or he ain't a dog? Which one is it?
When he fighting Mexican fighters, which he normally that's what who you usually fight, or
Okay.
fight other white fighters,
Okay.
I go with Devin Haney. I
Okay.
guess I do. He don't Devin Haney don't fight black people, man.
He whooped Regis ass. And that's
Regis
That's the
is a
only
black
one,
man.
man.
Regis is a decorated black fighter, two-time
Name
world
it. Name me
champion,
another one. Give me
two-time
another
world
one.
champion.
Give
Not
me
We
even
another
not a
one.
hold on,
two-time
hold on.
former,
Give
not a
me
former champion,
another
active
one.
world champion, and he
Give me
black as
another
fuck
one.
from the boot.
Give me another one.
He from the boot.
Give me another one. I'll wait.
How many black brothers has motherfucking Norman fought?
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you know
Exactly.
anything about boxing, like it, this
How many
goes back.
undisputed
No,
champions
no,
has
no.
Norman fought?
This goes back to what I was saying. That is more, and it's only money when you got two top
Yuriokis
black.
Gamboa is a black man.
When you got two
Yuriokis
top
Gamboa
when you
and
got two top black fighters fighting. That's where the bread is at. These guys are
Yuriokis
pride.
Gamboa.
These
Yuriokis
guys are
Gamboa is a
pride
black
fighters.
man.
Man,
Yuriokis Gamboa is a black
that
man.
man was
And
washed.
the dude
He
from
was he
Nigeria
was
that he fought in his
he was
early career.
washed.
Hold on. And the dude that he fought from Nigeria, I do not know his name. I don't want to fuck it up, but it was
Me,
one of his earlier fights. He fought a dude from Nigeria. I do not know his name. It's something like climb up the tree, Akabuka, some shit like that. I don't want to fuck
yeah,
his
yeah,
name up. But he
yeah,
fought three black fires, so there you go.
yeah, whoever that guy is from Nigeria, you know,
No, but
they're
I'm gonna
known
keep it a
for
buck.
they're
Dev,
known for
I
their
only
great
seen Dev
boxers.
fight
Yeah.
one FBA fighter, and that's Regis. So I keep it a buck. But I ain't
And
never seen Norman fight
even
no
with my
black
man
fighter.
with Gamboa, if you want to throw him in there, Gamboa was watched when he fought
But
Devin. But
Gamboa is a
he
black man, correct?
wait, it's a good name. It's a good name on your resume. You know what I'm saying? It's a good name.
But is
Like,
Gamboa a black man? Yes or no?
oh yeah, he's black. He's the he got African blood in him. He's a Cuban, but yes, you know that's how it is. He's
Yeah,
an
but
African guy.
we know what's going on with that. But in the Nigeria dude is straight from Africa, so that's the blackest you're gonna get. That's coming to America right there, black. You know what I'm talking about? But you know what I'm saying? Devin don't fight black fighters. You know what you just said, right?
We want that bread. They follow the green print. They follow the Mayweather method. You fight people with fan bases. If you ain't got no fan base, Devin ain't really gonna fight you too much. You got to bring something to the table. Now, what Brian Norman Jr. is bringing to the table is an opportunity for Devin to become a world champion. That's why Devin Haney is fighting him. If Brian Norman Jr. didn't have no belt, they wouldn't make the fight.
You're
Devin like
fucking right.
accolades. Devin
You're
like
fucking right.
Devin like collecting belts. That's what he do. He like to collect belts.
You didn't say nothing wrong because without that belt, Brian Norman's a fucking nobody.
But right now he's the champion. So take
No,
your hat
he's a
off to
dude
him.
that's holding his belt for. He's a
He
dude that's
won
holding
the
Devin
belt.
Haney belts. That's
He
what
won
he
the belt.
is.
He won the belt. Well, whatever you want to call it,
Who
the
he
man
win the
got to
belt
go.
against? Was it a Mexican?
The man got to go in there and fight him for it. And if Devin
When
want
he
the belt,
won
he
the
gonna have.
belt, was it a
No,
dude?
He
Was it a
I
Mexican dude?
respect Brian Norman
now
as champion, of
if
course.
he see that my problem is with Devin Haney. For one, he likes to tear down his opponents. He likes to belittle them and make them into nobody and being very, very dismissive of him instead of saying, hey man, this man respecting this man, another brother as a champion who worked his way out the mud just like he did. He gonna definitely be oh man, this man ain't nobody, he ain't this, he ain't that. Gonna tear the man, just tear the man down for what? If you gonna beat the man, just go in there and beat him. Now that's a part of your trash talking deal. It is what it is. But if you go in there and you get Edgar Berlanga, I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no glove gate. I don't want to hear no the man cheated. I don't want to hear none of that stuff, man.
Have you ever heard of psychological gameplay? The fight has
Nah,
already
man.
begun. You don't even know it. It began mentally first. He's gonna play as much mental games with that boy as he can.
And vice versa.
The fight has already begun. They
I
already playing chess.
already won. Trust me,
Man,
Devin Haney been having visions
that
of
man said
himself
he never
being
been
dribbled
drug
off the
tested.
canvas.
He
He
said he
been
never
having
been
visions
drug
of himself
tested.
being dribbled off the canvas.
What
Hold on,
about Brian Norman never having that
hold on,
needle in him?
hold on. That man Dorman said he never been drug tested. You think he can react? How is he gonna react to having several drug tests? You know, Vada be popping up night and day, nigga. You think he can? How's he gonna react to that?
He ready for something like that. This is the big leagues, bruh. He's out of the amateurs. Devin Haney is a million steps ahead of this dude, bruh. This man, his camp is turned upside down now. Trust me, he can't even train the same.
Well, this
They
fight
so
should
scared.
be this fight should be extremely easy. Then it should be a cakewalk. It
It
should be a
will.
walk in the park. Okay,
It will.
okay, okay.
It could
That's,
be.
I,
it should be a walk in the park. Then
if Devin
if
don't
he
knock him out, I got
if
it
he's
12-0.
levels above this guy, it should be a walk in the park.
I got it 12-0 if Devin don't
It
knock him out.
it should be a walk in the park.
I got it 12-0 if Devin don't knock him out.
Like I said, this should be his easiest fight of his career. This should be the easiest fight of his career. This should be easier than his pro debut. This should be easier than all them fights he's fighting in Mexico. Mexico.
No, I ain't
Let
saying
you
all that. I'm
let
not
you
saying
tell
that.
it. Let
I'm not
you
saying
tell it.
that.
That I use. You know what I'm saying? Let
Nah,
you
but
tell
let
it.
y'all tell it. Let y'all tell it. This is prime Mike Tyson versus Paulie Malignaggi.
All right, like the fuck out of here with that shit. Fuck are we talking about? This man ain't never been drug tested. Let's talk about that. How you got 28 fights, nigga? You ain't took one drug test. What the fuck is going on?
Well, he about to start taking them now. So
Yeah,
what's the
and
problem?
I guarantee the power don't be the same neither. I
Well, we'll
guarantee
see.
that man don't look the same.
Right.
I guarantee it.
Okay.
I know some country strong niggas, and
Mm.
he might not be one of them.
Don't you know that people get knocked out in the amateurs with headgear?
What does that have to do with Devin
It had
Haney?
to, cause you sitting there acting like this cause somebody knocking somebody out that they're on PEDs, man.
I'm saying your man wasn't drug tested, brother. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm just telling a fact. The
Nah,
man
but
was never drug tested.
you said the man gonna look different. That's what you said. Basically, you insinuating that the man ain't gonna have the same power when he fight Devin Haney.
Well, they do say when you taking
Be, be,
blood and shit like that, it drains you. That's what they
and
said. I mean,
like
Art
I
Man
said,
said it.
people get knocked out in the amateurs with headgear on and with 4-layer safety gloves. So what are we talking about here?
This is
When
all
did
I'm saying. Go ahead.
but when did Brian Norman become this motherfucking young Deontay Wilder in the making?
When Devin Haney signed up to fight him, and all the haters came out from under the refrigerator.
So you saying the man ain't got no momentum right now? That what you saying?
No, nigga, he knocked out a fucking dude that work at the Chinese
Like
restaurant.
I said, I feel like
No,
that's what he.
hold on. It isn't boxing. If you really want to keep it 100, if you know the sport of boxing, it's all about promotion and perception at most of the time. And a lot of times, the best fights don't even get made. It ain't about who's the baddest; it's about who's the smartest. It's about how the public perceives you. So at the end of the day, this is a good fight on paper and realistically because the people actually think, most people thinking this either a 50-50 fight. Some people are favoring Norman. Some people are favoring Devin Haney. It's an intriguing fight. You
Did
got a guy
Vegas say this?
who's coming off of 2 devastating knockouts. It's intrigue. That's what boxing's all about. It's about the intrigue. Can the boxer, the polished guy, the guy who grew up under the Mayweather tutelage, the guy who's decorated, the guy who has the many accolades, can he beat the up and coming new champion who's been knocking people out, who's showing good destructive power? That's why this fight is intriguing. That's why people
Yes.
want to see this fight, man.
Yeah,
What
They
that's
does
want to
why.
see
what
you.
does
That's
Vegas
why.
think? Can somebody tell me what Vegas thinks?
Hold on. That's why people are going to artmanapparel.com and buying that new Devin Haney versus Brian Norman the Storm illustration on my website, artmanapparel.com. I just sold 2 canvases of that painting, man. I can't wait for it. That's a great fight. See, I support it on my channel. I ain't gonna hate on Norman or whatever. I rock with him. I just feel like the kid's not ready. Am I wrong for saying that he not ready?
No,
Hell
sir.
no, I'm
You
not wrong.
no, you entitled to your
Hell no.
opinion.
Hell no, I'm not wrong. Because Jin Kasaki and Santillion, you can't even compare them. Like I said, it's like working at McDonald's and then working in a fucking law firm. You know what I'm saying? It's too different. Too different, man.
Fucking facts. Facts. Can you tell me what the odds are in Vegas though?
I think they had Norman as a slight favorite last time I checked.
Mm,
And you
Mm.
got you also got to remember this too. This will make the fight intriguing. A
Nah, but
lot of times,
you can pull it up live. You can pull it up right now. I could be wrong.
I mean, because they still looking at the Ryan Garcia fight, even though the man cheated him, Devin 100% cheated him. Should kick that sorry Joker out of boxing, just like they doing T.O. They need to blackball Ryan Garcia. But they looking at that fight, and they're saying, most people were saying that Brian Norman Jr. is stronger than Ryan Garcia on offspring and steroids.
Hold
So they
on,
looking at
brother. Don't say that so fast. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Go
that,
ahead.
and that's the intrigue of the fight. And then Devin Haney's last fight, they looking at that also, and they're saying, dang, this don't look like the Devin Haney that we used to seeing. So that's why the odds is looking like that. Because I
Um,
remember that I remember Devin Haney. I'm a huge Devin Haney fan. I watched this kid, man. I watched him. He's fighting on his own. I watched him come up. I remember looking at this kid saying, "Man, this kid is phenomenal, man. This kid got a great jab. His footwork is on point. He moves around. He reminded me of a young Sugar Ray Leonard. But I did say one thing that I see was missing between him and Sugar Ray Leonard, that he did not have the killer instinct that Sugar Ray Leonard had. He didn't have that. That finishing power that go get you. But as far as just being a great boxer, polished guy, got the skills, stand in the pocket, and can slip, roll shot, hit you with nice counters. He was on point. He was on point. And to me, and this is my honest opinion, Devin seemed like he was a better fighter then than he is now. It seemed like he regressed, in my opinion. The Devin Haney that I grew up watching was razor sharp. The one that Floyd Mayweather Sr. had was razor sharp. That was the best Devin Haney ever seen when he was working with Floyd Mayweather Sr. And I know Sr. got sick, so I know that's why they had a falling out or whatever. But that's the best version of Devin Haney
It's
right
not
there.
like he stopped winning belts after that, though.
Oh, not man, the man is undefeated. You got two undefeated guys going at it. What more can you
okay.
ask for,
So
man?
Devin is
Somebody's
a
What
always
about
got
slight
to go.
favorite.
what about
Devin
what
is a
about? Hold on,
slight
hold on. Let's
favorite
talk
at
about this.
130
Let's
to
talk about that.
114. Devin is the
Hold on, hold on,
favorite.
hold on, hold on. Insane talk. Let's talk about this though. Who's in the corner? Who's training these guys now? Because now you brought up coaching. You think Brian Senior can coach his son into beating a world class fighter like Dev?
I believe that Brian Sr. is a better coach than Bill Haney. Now,
Dev don't
I'm
just
a
got Bill Haney in the camp. You know that,
no, but
right?
hold on. But that's what I'm saying. And that goes back to my point. Devin Haney has been under the tutelage of guys like Floyd Mayweather Sr., Joel Judah. I mean Judah.
Zab
I'm sorry.
Judah. Zab
Zab
Judah.
Judah's father. He's been with Mickey Bay. He's been with Roy Jones. He's been with the who's who in boxing. He has a lot of people that have poured into the young man. He trained with Floyd Mayweather Jr. So Devin Haney has had a lot of great fighters and coaches in his career, in his life. And what
Freddie
boxing dad
Roach.
usually, yeah, Freddie wrote, and what boxing dads do, pretty much you can work Devin Haney's corner. I can work Devin Haney's corner. You can put a mirror up in Devin Haney's corner and let the man talk to himself. He'll go out there and do what he got to do because he already know how to fight. All Bill is doing is give the man some water and give him a little pep talk and tell him to go back out there and keep doing what you're doing.
Coach, can I
It,
ask
it
you a
ain't like,
question, Coach?
yeah.
Did Mr. Norman Sr. Get Brian Norman Jr. to undisputed like Bill Haney got Devin Haney coached him to undisputed?
Well, a lot of times all about, no, he hasn't. He ain't got that yet. It's
Oh,
not there.
okay,
It's not
cool.
there.
That
The,
that
the,
that makes
nah,
that makes Bill better. Sorry, I'm gonna be quiet.
nah, well, that's your opinion. But like I said, at the end of the day,
That's a
I know,
fact.
well,
That's a
no,
fact.
he was in the corner. He
That's
was
a
in the
fact.
corner.
He's his trainer.
He
He's
was
his
in.
trainer.
He does not train big. Figure Devin Haney had other trainers that he works in. Bill
Eddie
Haney is the
Reynoso
guy.
got coach of the year when Canelo won undisputed. He
Like I
was the
said, he was
coach
in
in
the
the
corner.
corner. Bo
Okay,
Mac got
hold on.
coach of the year.
Let me tell you
Same
something else.
thing.
Hold on, now, hold on. Let me give you a little history real quick. Lou Duva got all the credit, but Lou Duva didn't train them guys. Ronnie Shield trained them guys. Georgie Benton trained them guys. Tommy Brooks trained them guys. But Lou Duva was the face, so he got all the credit. So if you want to play that game, we can do that. Bill Haney is the face in the corner, but Bill is not the one that laid that foundation in Devin. It wasn't. You can and that's a fact.
That's opinion there.
How's that an opinion when the man grew up in goddamn Floyd Mayweather jail? Bill didn't goddamn lay that foundation in
Well,
in Devin.
them guys wasn't there when he fought Lomachenko. It
All
was Bill
right, man.
Hammond.
Well, whatever.
It was Bill Hammond.
Your boxing is a journey. But your
That Devin
freaking
has
your
12
journey
wins.
started when you're 8. His journey started when he was a kid. All that stuff,
How do
all
you
them lessons he
how do
picked
you
up for them
suggest
other guys. Look,
how do you
it doesn't
suggest
matter
that
because
Brian
if
Norman
you take a guy who already know how to fight, which is
hold on. Let's I get it. You made your point, but let's go on to another thing. What do you suggest Brian Norman do to beat Devin Haney? What does he have to do to beat Devin Haney? Unmute your mic.
somebody muted me. I thought I was gonna wait you unmute me.
No. I muted you because I wanted to switch the subject real quick. I asked you a question. I said, what does Norman have to do to beat Devin Haney? If Devin Haney is not sitting there to get hit,
Work behind the jab, cut the ring off, counter punch, work the body, and apply smart pressure.
what if he can't cut the ring off? I never
What
really
if he
seen Norman cut the ring.
what if you know what? And Devin Haney may not even move. Devin Haney may decide to sit in the pocket. That's why the fight is so good. Because Devin Haney has the ability to sit in the pocket if he chooses to. If he chooses to fight that way. See, Devin can fight many different ways. I'm giving Devin Haney the credit. Devin can move, he can stick and move, he can box, he can sit in the pocket if he wants to. But at the end of the day, Brian is going to adjust to whatever Devin Haney's doing. If Devin Haney wants to move, we're going to box with him. We're going to cut the ring off. We're going
I
to work
just
behind the jab. We're going to set
my
combination
thing
punches
is,
up.
brother, that sounds good. I wish I could go point out a fight where he's done that, where I can be like, okay, yeah, he got it all. He got it all for Dev, but there's none. So that's why I'm like, nah, maybe this might just be too big for him. What if he
But
have a
but,
Frank Martin moment
but
where he
Devin
feel like
Haney
it's
is
too
never.
big for him? He looking at the lights and the camera, and he in
You going off a
Saudi.
lot of what ifs, bro. I mean,
Mhm.
you're basically depending. You're basically just saying that Devin Haney is going to win just because he's been there and done that.
I'm just saying, based off of history, sometimes a guy that jumps up on a huge, a big jump like this in competition, they just not might not be ready. And
What?
we've seen that
What?
with what's his name? What's that nigga name? Lubin versus Charlo. He wasn't ready. Morrell versus David Benavidez. He just wasn't ready.
But Devin Haney is not a destroyer
It's
like
not
that.
what. So just because Devin is not some monster puncher, that don't mean you shouldn't fear losing. The man has a 90% UD ratio. I feel like it's higher than that.
At the end of the day, bro, it is what it is. We're gonna find out November 23rd what the out what 22nd what the outcome gonna
Yeah,
be.
no, Norman he traveled to Japan to fight a
You know what
can.
I'm saying? We going
To
what would you
fight a
do? Somebody
can.
offer you $1.5 million to fight a can. What would you do?
I'll fight it out, of course.
Okay then. So why you faulting the man for going over there getting paid?
I'm not faulting him at all. Dude, he's bringing up a point, basically trying to say that he fought across overseas, so he shouldn't be scared to fight overseas again. That's true. But I'm saying that the level of competition that he's fighting overseas is not the same.
You know, this fight could be easier.
It could be easier, huh?
Could be. You never know, man.
This
You
ain't
know,
this ain't this
but
ain't Crawford versus Spence. I hope you know that.
the beautiful thing about boxing, man, is that anything can happen, man. That's it. You know what? It's not even out of the realm of possibility that Devin Haney knocks out Brian Norman Jr. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
That's
But
not.
I mean Devin Haney can make us sit down on one of them shots and catch Norman coming in and buckle him. That it is not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah,
Boxing is one of
that's
the
true.
sports,
It's
you know,
500
anything
sport.
can happen, man. Anything can
Anything
happen.
anything can happen.
I mean, Devin Haney can go out there and get knocked out in the first round. It's possible. Is it likely? I don't think that. I don't think that. I see a late round stoppage. If it does go to decision, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting if it does go to
If it
decision.
goes to decision, most likely, just based off of just based off of history,
It depends.
you know who the
No, I
scorecard.
don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that.
All right,
I don't know, and the reason why I say I don't know that because I just need to see and they say you're only good as your last fight. I don't believe that, but that's what they say. And we're gonna
I don't believe that, and I feel like a lot of fans believe that. That's why they picking
yeah,
Norman.
and that's what I said. I said I don't believe that, but we gonna go off that logic that you're only good at your last fight.
If
And
I
I'm
was a
just saying
boxer, I would expect my opponent to come in the best version of himself,
he
even better,
should.
even
He should.
better.
I think he should. I think you got to prepare for the best version.
I feel
I
like a
think
lot of people judging Devin off that Norman fight. I mean that Ramirez fight, saying that Dev is just scared or all this shit. In reality, nobody ever thinks to the fact that maybe this guy he just wanted to make it to that Ryan Garcia fight to really show out. Nobody ever thinks about that. I
nah.
mean,
I
he
heard
did
people.
one
I heard
12
people
rounds.
say that.
It's not like he barely won the fight or he had to pick himself up from the canvas against Ramirez. He beat that man 12-0. He just chose not to throw more punches. He chose not to. So you're telling me all Devin got to do is just throw more punches? All
What are you
right.
talking about?
No, because everybody says, and I'm not saying you particular, a lot of people say that Devin's fault in that last fight, he didn't throw a lot of punches. His flaw in that last fight, he ain't throw a lot of punches. So you mean to tell me the only thing that Devin has to work on is just throwing more punches?
No, I think he. I think that he could Devin that Devin's never fought like that. Never, ever. His whole career, he's never fought like that. So I think people were kind of like taken back by that performance. Cause like everything, all the good stuff that I said about Devin earlier, you cannot point to one fight that Devin has fought like that. Devin has always been super duper in control of all his fights that he's been in. The Lomachenko, that was a good fight.
Hold on, I gotta
That
respond to this guy.
that
The,
that,
the,
that
the
was that.
performance wasn't terrible. The performance wasn't terrible. It just wasn't entertaining.
It
You
was a
can't.
Devin Haney-ish.
It
That
wasn't
wasn't a
entertaining.
Devin Haney performance.
There's nothing that you guys can tell me that winning all 12 rounds is bad. There's no way. That's like saying I'm
It's
mad
like
that the
it's how
I'm
you
mad.
it's how you win
Hold on.
them,
It's
brother.
like saying that I'm mad that the Lakers won because they shot all layups. They didn't shoot no 3-pointers or no dunks. Nah, it's about winning the damn fight. And the man won all 12 rounds. So no, I don't look at it as a flaw in him because I understand boxing. The man came back for a year layoff after being cheated by a fucking nigga on performance enhancing drugs. You guys looking like this nigga just got fresh into the fight. Like he just bounced back. This is fight coming back off of 3 months. Nah, hell no. And on top of that, the big money fight was looming on the outside, which is the Ryan rematch. That man was playing it safe because he wanted to make it to that fucking rematch, and he won all 12 rounds doing so. Imagine him going out and showing out against Norman. And what y'all gonna say now? Well, I don't like the fact that Norman took so long to entertain. Devin took so long to entertain us. I don't
Ain't
want to hear
nobody
that.
gonna say that. Ain't nobody
No,
gonna.
I'm
I
just saying.
mean,
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear people give Devin backhand compliments like they giving Shakur Stevenson.
if he beat Norman, he gonna get full credit, man. Because most people are thinking that he gonna lose against Norman. So how can you
Yeah,
not give a man?
I hope so. I hope so
How can
because
you
a
not?
lot of
How
people
can you
was
not
picking
give a man
people
credit
was picking
when most
Regis
people
to
saying
beat
he gonna
Devin.
lose?
People was picking Regis to beat Devin, and all of a sudden when Regis lose, he the worst fighter on God green earth.
But that was just people who hate Devin. Anybody with a brain know that goddamn Regis didn't have nothing for Devin. I mean, you talking about a guy with a 67-inch reach, a guy who looked bad at his last fight, and a guy who's 35 years old who got bad feet. Yeah, I mean, anybody with a brain know that Devin was gonna pick him apart. So, but that was just people who just wanted to see Devin lose. That's all that was, and a lot of people do want to see Devin lose. I'm not gonna sit up here and play no games about or say that that's not the case. A lot of people want to see Devin lose. A lot of these Norman fans, they ain't really Norman fans. They just want to see Devin get cooked. That's all it is, and they feel like Norman got a good chance of cooking. So that's what made the fight good. That's what made the fight intriguing. I'm telling even people gonna enjoy this fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight as long as it lasts.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm supporting it. I've been supporting it. Just I'm glad that it's actually happening. But I just feel like Norman just not ready, man.
Hey, and some people feel like Devin ain't ready for Norman. That's why the fight is good. Because a lot of people, even though Ryan Garcia did cheat, people still think that if he get hit hard, he gonna go down. And that's any fighter. If you get hit hard, you're gonna go down. So if Norman catches Devin, I believe Devin's gonna hit the canvas.
But can he though?
I believe he can.
Mm, 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 mm.
I believe he can.
Can he though? That's the
I believe he can, and I think as far as even if it turns into a boxing match, I still think it's competitive. I think Devin Haney, he's gonna have to box a great fight
he's going. I
to
feel
beat.
like he will box a great fight.
It's gonna have to be great
Devin
because
is smart, man.
good ain't gonna get it.
He's been watching. He's been under Floyd Senior. He's not gonna sit there and slug it out with this nigga. He made that mistake with Ryan Garcia. He's not gonna do that.
It's gonna be a good fight, man. I hope it's gonna be a good fight. I don't want to see a Errol Spence Terence Crawford type of fight. I want to see something.
Ramirez versus Haney type of fight.
No, I said I don't want to see a Terence Crawford Errol Spence type of fight. I hated that fight. I'm gonna tell you why I hated the fight. Yeah. Because I like both guys, and I wanted that fight to be something memorable that I can go back to.
It's still memorable.
No, I mean I don't even watch that fight. I don't even watch, even though I like Bud. I have not went back and rewatched that fight. I don't want to see it because it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted a good back and forth fight that somebody memorable. Like, dang, this was a great, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns type of fight. That's what I wanted, and it didn't turn out. It turned out to be a one-sided beatdown. And even though I was with Bud, the fight wasn't competitive. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, man, this fight.
And it's almost the anniversary of that, so we gonna talk about that real soon. I already know.
Yeah, Errol Spence got washed in that fight, man. I was like, dang, Spence got cooked, man. I felt bad for Spence, man, because the way he got beat. You know what I'm saying?
In the first round, man, Errol Spence, he threw that jab. It was just so slow, and I could see Bud staring at him throwing that jab, and I'm like, nah, this ain't it, man.
Nah, and I wanted Crawford to win, but I ain't wanting to do Errol Spence like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, man, you did that man dirty, bro. I wanted it to be a good fight, man. Back and forth action. That's what I was looking forward to. And I didn't get there. I just got a one-sided beat down, and I got Errol Spence busted up, blood all over it. I didn't like seeing Spence like that. Even though I'm gonna
be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I wouldn't be surprised if I see Devin outclassing man Norman, and Norman is just looking for that one punch, and it doesn't come.
I think people are underestimating Brian Norman's boxing ability, but that's a good thing. And I hope that Devin Haney is also underestimating his boxing ability also. And that could play right into his hands. If Devin Haney is overlooking the guy and just being dismissive and overlooking his boxing abilities, that's one of the worst things you can do is underestimate your opponent. So if he's doing that, that's great.
Shout out to my dude in the stream. What's going on, Too Rich? Mr. Respect the Belts.
Hey, what's going on, Art, man? What's going on, Coach Eddie?
Hey, what's up, Too Rich?
What's going on, man? I hear y'all up here cooking, man. I'm trying to throw something in the pot.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, man. Put some up in there.
Damn fight, man.
Say it again.
Who you got on the Norman Dead fight?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not picking the fight. I got a channel, right? So I kind of take the picks personal. I'm not picking the fight just yet. But what I can tell you is this, man. this is a great matchup, man. Just you got the boxer not versus the puncher, but a boxer versus the boxer puncher. You see what I mean? Everybody getting enamored with Brian Norman's power, but he actually gets to the power by boxing. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that Norman wins. We see this all the time, man. Better Beeve had 100% knockout ratio and got in there
100.
with B-Ball, a boxer, and went 24 rounds and couldn't drop him. So, but I also think it's a misconception that Brian Norman is just power and a left hook. He knocked Sasaki out with a left hook. The guy Cuevas before that, he knocked him out with a jab. Until then, it was inside work. It was uppercuts. You know, it was a different kind of fight. So he's more well-rounded than people giving him credit for, but he's going up against a boxer, man. And Devin Haney
A
is a
highly
boxer.
skilled
Yeah.
who has the resume to show.
Okay, but on top of that, it's hard. I know Coach Ada know how I look at the matchups. Normally, it's the boxer versus the puncher, but this case we got a little bit different matchup. But it's hard to unbutton. You got to unbutton the boxer. Everybody know that Devin Haney fought the wrong fight against Ryan Garcia, so we can't really use that. We don't expect him to, make that mistake again. But Brian Norman's gonna have to open Devin Haney up. We saw Tank couldn't open Roach up, a boxer. It was hard to open him up. But at the same time, Devin Haney going against a boxer. Brian Norman is heavy on his back foot, moving slightly forward. That's called intelligent pressure. So Devin Haney's going to actually have to get in there and get close enough to open Norman up. So this is going to be a really, really,
That's what
really
that
great.
jab is there. That's why that
Yeah,
jab's
yeah,
there.
and it's gonna be a great matchup.
That's why that jab is there.
And right now, like I said, I'm not picking the fight yet, man. But I think this though. I tell you this: if Brian Norman goes in there thinking it's about power, he's gonna look up at the rounds and he's gonna be down. So he can't do that. From round one, he has to match Devin Haney. If Devin Haney land a jab, you got to get that jab back. You're going to have to stay close on the points to be relaxed enough to get to the knockout. But if you look up in rounds 5 or 6 and you're down 4 rounds to 2, you might start pressing for the knockout. And in each
And the
round,
quickest way
the
to get
percent,
knocked out. What's the
yeah,
quickest way to get knocked out?
yeah, and the percentage of a knockdown will go down each round that you don't get the knockdown. So it's going to be a boxing match until it's a power match. So right now,
Hold on. The quickest way to get knocked out is trying to knock a nigga out. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Quickest way to get knocked out is trying to knock a nigga out. So if he's down on the cards like that, and his dad is yelling at him, "Hey man, you need a knockout." Don't be surprised if Devin pulls something out his bag. That straight right hand and put Norman down before. I seen it. And Devin's cold at throwing that straight right down the pipe. We seen it against Regis. That's who put Regis on the floor and rocked him twice in that fight. But then again, they say Regis can't. Devin can't punch. But go ahead, Cook.
no, I'm just saying it's gonna be a great fight, man. Like I say, you can make cases both ways. You can make cases both ways. That's why I say it's gonna, Brian Norman got to do what he do to get to the power. Devin Haney got to defend it, man. Just like goddamn, keep the hand up to the phone booth or whatever the case may be. Keep it up to that goddamn whatever. Block that left hook. But he's gonna have to box him, man. He's gonna have to box him. Fuck all that Tom and Jerry shit. You're gonna have to box him, you lateral movement, do what the fuck you can. And also go on the inside, clinch him. Don't let him get the power off. Frustrate him. But it's easier said than done.
And like I say, Devin gonna he can't be, if he's hesitant in this fight, I don't see him winning. He's gonna have to move his hands in this fight. If he put his hands in his pocket and think the feet are gonna do it, I don't. That's a bad recipe.
What's popping, Dixon?
He's gonna have to move his hands.
He need to outpoint him early. Outpoint him. Put him behind early. You got to put him behind early so Norman will press for a knockout. We got to outpoint him early. And I will say this: the way Brian Norman gets his power, he will square up with his feet some. If Devin Haney can make a couple moves left and right and watch Norman feet, he might could catch Norman feet square and shoot the straight right down the middle and drop him. but not maybe a hurting drop, but a point scoring drop. A 10-8 round type of drop. Um, but it's the game plans from both sides, man. It's the game plan is gonna win that fight.
I heard
Yep.
some. I heard some seniors coaching. Man, I'm gonna keep 1,000. I ain't confident in him coaching him. Devin, he need to add somebody to the camp. They got to bring in some outside help.
He got Barry with him. He's not the only trainer.
Barry who? Barry Hunter.
It's a lot of good trainers out there that you hadn't heard about, man. It's a lot of guys. You got a lot of these celebrity trainers who basically just inherit world champions all the time. So I mean, it's just like anybody else, man. Yeah, I mean, you can be a champion, but to be a champion, you got to get an opportunity.
So are you telling me you wouldn't suggest that Norman brings in some outside help?
There is somebody. He does have help. He's not training them by himself. Now, if you're suggesting that he bring in, it sounds like to me you're suggesting that he bring in a celebrity or a name guy. That's
I'm
like.
saying he need to bring in somebody good who has.
And I'm telling you, how do you know he's not the man's a world champion? He's undefeated. What are you talking about?
Undefeated against the guys that he's fighting who are not world level.
Bro, that's anybody, man. You can say the same thing about Cicada, man.
You can't say the same.
I mean,
about,
see, and this is what we got to stop doing, bro. This is what we got.
These guys
are
what we
got to stop.
Champions, bro.
This is what we got to stop doing, bro.
We not gonna stop giving credit when credit is due. Niggas is fighting world champions, bro. World champions. This is what. Is this what's his name's Norman's first fight of him fighting somebody who's a champion?
Well, one Keyshawn, hold on, one Keyshawn Davis, when he a world champion?
Yeah, Keyshawn Davis is a world
champion. So you saying Abdullah Mason couldn't be a world champion either? If he would have got the same opportunity that Keyshawn got, he will be a world champion.
He's soon to be a world champion.
It's about opportunities, brother.
He has to go through that fight.
It's about opportunity. It's a lot of guys who can be champions if they get an opportunity.
He got the opportunity. He proved that he's able to beat guys like Santillan, but he hasn't proven that he's able to beat guys like Dev. There's nobody on his resume that can say, you know what, this guy, he showed me he could beat guys who can move. He showed me he can beat guys that can, throw a jab.
There's nobody, and you can say that about there's nobody on Devin Haney's resume that matches up to Brian Norman as far as the element of danger that it brings.
You know what Norman showed me? He showed me that he could beat a flat-footed fighter. But Devin not
Devin gets to show
fighter though. So now that's why we have a lot of questions. You can't get mad at me for having a lot of questions about Norman.
Hey, I got can Devin beat a knockout artist?
Yes, he already has.
Don't say Regis. Please don't say that.
Regis, Linares. What you mean? I can't say Regis. Is he not a 2-time world champion?
Yeah.
All right,
man.
It's like you don't want to give the man credit. It's not like he fought somebody who was handicapped.
Okay. All right.
The average Joe ain't just beating Regis Prograis up. But like I said, after Devin beat Regis, all of a sudden he's the worst fighter on God's green earth. But they gonna do your man Norman the same way. I hope you know that. When Norman loses, they say, he ain't fighting nobody anyways.
Hey, I don't think
and they wouldn't be wrong saying it.
And then go ahead, bro.
And I was just saying, and I don't think this fight is really about speed with these two fighters, man. So with that said, Devin Haney is slightly taller than Norman. If I'm on the Haney team, I'm bulking Devin Haney up some. I need him to add some muscle because it's not going to affect his speed that much, and he's going to need to be strong in there dealing with Norman.
He already strong.
If he put too much muscle on, he may miss the weight. That man already 170 pounds. He can't bulk up too much.
The man already looked bigger and stronger than Norman. But Norman country strong. He's a small dude. What I like about Norman, he actually looks like a real welterweight. He ain't too big. He ain't too small. He don't look like
he's lean. He's lean. He's not bulky though. He's lean. I seen him in person at the OTE Arena in Atlanta at a fight one night, and he's not that tall, and he's leaner. He's not as bulky as he look on TV. He's actually kind of lean with the muscle.
Yeah, I noticed that. So yeah, that's one thing I said, and I feel like that's why Boots didn't want to double back because you don't want to fight somebody who's strong like that while you drain. Not at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I got a question. Y'all know what Devin Haney weighed in his last fight?
He was like 143, 144.
You talking about rehydrated or
Yeah,
before the
rehydrating,
direct?
like rehydrating.
I
Probably like
don't know.
160 something.
So that's probably like what he walk around at.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Devin get big, man. But Devin ain't training. That joke got a fat face and everything. That
But
dude be like,
look, but check this
look
out
like he
though.
be like
But check
175,
this out
180,
though.
man.
Since that Ramirez fight, he's still better in shape. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. It might be bad for your man Norman. He not in no fat camp. Right now, he's working just on a game plan how to beat Norman Jr.
I
That's
mean,
Well, you
dangerous,
know,
man.
it's still questions out. See, this is a good thing. It's questions. It's questions
Devin
about
already, like my brother Steven X said, he already in shape.
like I say, but it's still questions though. It's questions about Devin's mentality, about his mind. Is his head right? Is he suffering from the effects of the Ryan Garcia fight? See,
You know, it's not. You know what it is? It's
it's still, those,
projection.
those questions are still out there.
It's projection. That's what it is. It's not
No, it's
questions.
questions. These are
Projection.
legitimate. These are legitimate
These
questions,
are
man.
it's projection. They
Well, that's
want
your opinion, brother.
they want him to be depressed and sad and crying that he fucking got cheated and shell shocked and shit like that. But that's simply not true. You know how you
Like
know
I
it's
said,
not true? He didn't have to fight Norman. Realistically, Dev could have came back and fought 3 cans in a fucking row,
but then he'll look like a duck,
but he
but
looked like a duck.
who would have paid him to fight 3 cans though? He wouldn't have got the money that he wanted to fight 3 cans.
right? See, I
He
my
he
my
ran towards he ran towards the smoke. He ain't ducked this dude Norman.
Like I said, and shout out to Haney. Haney
And that's
understands.
what I'm saying. So it's like it's confusing. It's confusing me because it's like, how can you say a man is not confident? He's scared or he's worried, but then he's going in against a guy that's coming fresh off a KO fucking knockout.
Because he's getting an 8-figure payday, brother. I
Just
mean
so you
that'll give a man all kind of
and
courage.
then when you say that,
You know
and
what
then
I'm saying?
hold on, because we're not just gonna leave it at that. Because when you say that, then what? One would assume that what you're trying to say that this man is just selling his he's selling basically himself to lose and just get some money out
This
of
is
it.
what I'm saying.
He knows he's gonna lose. Nah, because that's not what we're gonna do here. What we're gonna
when
do
you
here is acknowledge that this man is gunning to be a 3-time champion.
and
That's
when you when
that's
you
that's
when
what
you
we gonna speak on.
when
Because
you a world class,
I don't like the backhand compliments or the side talk where people are trying to make it seem like this man's depressed and he's sitting around peeing in a fucking mason jar or something. Nah, the man is fucking ready. He's ready. He's calling this guy out. He got the fight signed. What is there to say? You question this man like as if you were you. What I hear when people say that, how's his mind? Is he ready? Is he go? Well, what I hear is basically if you was in that position, you would be falling out. You would be sad. You would be the one that's depressed and looking crazy.
okay.
That's what I'm hearing.
And
Because
based off his
you can't
last
sit here and say,
performance,
man,
and,
based off his
and
last
based off his last
performance,
performance,
based off his
people are
last hold
entitled
on,
to say
based off
this
hold
man didn't look right,
on,
brother.
based off the last performance, the man won all 12 rounds. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that in boxing besides knocking a nigga out. Am I right or am I wrong?
Man, the man did the typewriter
It
all
doesn't
night
get better.
long,
It
bro.
doesn't get any better than winning all 12 rounds. Am I right or am I wrong?
It's how you win, brother.
What it is, it just wasn't entertaining for you. It wasn't entertaining. And I can agree, it wasn't super entertaining because he didn't throw a lot of punches. But hey, he got the fight. He won the fight 12 rounds to 0. What did Ramirez do? He couldn't land a punch? Damn. Well, maybe what if he does this style, but just throws a little bit more punches against a guy like Norman? There's a possibility that he can win a UD. I wouldn't be
Hey,
surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised if he went in there and made your boy Norman look like a freshman versus a senior.
hey,
I,
I'm gonna say this too. He had Sugar Shane in the count last count. Now I understand people didn't like the fight, but I look at the fight, probably break it down a little bit differently. And what I saw that Devin Haney punches was a little shorter and a little sharper. So that's why everybody say, hey, had he went on and stood owner, he might have could have stopped Ramirez. And I saw that. And I do think that was an effect of Shane Mosley, with the trajectory in which he was throwing the punches that he did throw. Now that was good. Now I'm gonna give you my definition between good and great, right? So for a fighter to be good, it's the talent. It's this talent pool. What kind of talent they got? That's normally what makes fighters good. What makes fighters great is a mentality. And one thing I give Devin is this: but we talking to Norman fighter who, if he picked the fight, wanted to fight. But we got to think, before the Norman fight, he tried to make Boots fight at 147, and Boots turned the fight down at 147. Then he went to Norman.
And niggas
So
talking about he
I
don't got
gotta give
confidence.
I
That's why
gotta
I
give Devin
trying to hear
credit.
that shit. I feel like
Yeah,
that's projection. What you mean he
yeah,
don't got confidence? He wanted to fight Boots.
that's what I'm saying.
Boots the
So
one that
you
turned him
don't.
down. Not Dev.
Yeah, you don't want to do that unless you think you can win. It's all right what we think on the outside, but he thinks he can win these fights, and that's the first step, man. It's making the fight. So I give Haney credit for that, man. He can win it because he made the fight. A lot of fights don't get made. So just the sheer fact that he made the fight, I give him a shot for sure, man. I think it's 50-50, man.
Like I say, Devin being a world champion and wanting to take on the toughest task. But not only that, Devin like numbers. Let's not get it construed. Devin
Oh yeah,
like
it was the
big
money too,
numbers.
for sure. It was the money too. He
And,
wanted to make that money. He got to take those
and,
fights. Yeah,
and Devin know that fighting, bottom tier or lower level opposition was not going to bring him the type of money that he was looking for. Devin ain't fighting for no 1.5, for no $2 million. That ain't Devin. That's taking a step backwards for him. So in order for him to get the type of money that he wanted to fight, he had to take on somebody who perceived to be a tough world champion, a guy who's on has a lot of momentum behind him. Whether you want to dismiss his resume or not, boxing's all about perception and what people think. And people think right now, on paper, this is a good matchup. A lot of people are picking Norman to win the fight, and a lot of people are picking Devin Haney to win the fight. So in essence, like you said, we got a fight that is basically a 50-50 fight, and people are on both sides. I think right now they got Norman being a slight favorite. We're saying that the money, Las Vegas think that Norman is more than likely going to win this fight.
yeah.
So now this is going to, now if Devin goes out here and does this guy dirty, well, I don't think he is, but let's say he does for the sake of argument. This is going to even more solidify Devin Haney as being willing to take on the tough challengers, the tough champions, and a guy who a very, very dangerous fight. I mean, this guy, like you can say what you want to say about the man punching. And I know he punched it because I seen this man knocking out people with headgear on and 16-ounce gloves on. So the power was real. And you drop that down, you put on some 8-ounce gloves and 10-ounce gloves. If it hits you, you're gonna be hurt, man. And we
Yeah.
got a guy who, I mean, it's a good fight. And people gonna make cases for both of them. But you know what the good thing about it? We gonna know November 23rd.
Oh
The
yeah.
day after. The day after. That's what's gonna be the fun part. The
And
day after.
look, and this is the problem with the fight though. Let's say that Devin wins the fight, right? Let's just use that example. Say Devin wins the fight. I said this is Terrence Crawford, Victor Post style. Well, is in real time we know how good of a fight this is. But if Devin Haney wins the fight, it'll be Brian Norman never did nothing. Who was Brian Norman? You see what I mean? But in real time, we know how good of a fight this is, man. So but I don't think history, if Devin wins, won't remember it like that. But if Norman wins, it's a whole different story.
If Dev
You know,
wins, they gonna say,
I
"Well,
give
this
Devin
guy
Haney
didn't
full
fight
credit.
nobody." They're gonna
If
say
Devin
he
Haney
didn't
goes
fight
there and beats
nobody.
Norman, you got to give him credit. You got to. You got to give him full credit because one, you fighting a guy that's dangerous. And a lot of people not willing to fight dangerous guys, man. You know what I'm saying? You could easily fight a easier fight. There's easier fights out there. But no, you choosing to fight a guy who just sent the dude, that just erase the dude's memory. That's who you pick in the fight. So that's saying something.
Hey, for me, what I think the biggest obstacle for Norman is not the fight. We know Norman is the more physical one. You know what I'm saying? For him, it's gonna be Devin Haney's star power. Is Norman ready to take the limelight? You see what I mean? He got to prove that. We can't assume that he's ready. Is he ready to take it from someone? Devin Haney did it. He went to Australia twice. He came back. He fought Lomachenko. He went there when people thought that they're gonna steal it from you. They're gonna do everything, and he did it. He got it done. Can Norman? This your time. This your moment. Can you get it done? You at the finish line. Can you cross it? Can you get across it and take it from the start? Devin Haney, are you ready to face your demons? You see them, the power. Are you ready to face it? So this is just a good matchup, bro. It's a good fight, man. I'm expecting a great fight, and I'm glad it's these two, man. I'm glad we get to look at two black fighters a little differently at the top of their game and fighting. While we look at Devin Haney like he old, but both of these fighters are young.
What we seen that interview with Turkey El-Sheikh put on. The Turkey El-Sheikh said he putting on tough matchups. So that's another reason the fight got made.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, they like the type of money that you guys want and then demanding, you got to fight somebody for it. That's one reason the fight getting made. You know what I'm saying? It really, the guy's the world champion. At the end of the day, you got to give the man credit for being a champ. You got to start somewhere. Now it's up to him to defend the championship against a world class fighter, a world class boxer in Devin Haney. Now, if he goes out there and defends that title, we got to give him credit. But you know what's going to happen? You know what? People going to come out after that. They're going to come with all these videos. Oh, he never got drug tested. Oh, the glove was loaded. Oh, the man was on steroids. It's all just like they doing Hamza Shiraz. Hamza Shiraz went out there and cooked Berlanga. But now they say, oh, something wrong with the raps. The man left a left hand on. They come out with all these lame excuses talking about the man cheated. Don't never want to get nobody credit. And the same thing, if Devin Haney win, they're gonna say, oh, who was Brian Norman? You can't win at the end. You can't win for losing, man. Or if Norman goes out there and knocks out Devin Haney, they're gonna say, oh, Devin Haney was washed. Ryan Garcia ruined Devin Haney. Devin Haney was damaged goods. That's what they're gonna say if Brian Norman knocked him out. So we can play that game tit for tat.
Hey, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
But I gotta get up out of here. I got shit I gotta handle.
Oh, okay, all right, man. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Y'all stay safe. ArtManApparel.com, best boxing merch in the game. ArtManApparel.com.